What's good, y'all? What's going on? Sorry if I'm not full of my usual energy today. I'm not feeling the best, but I did promise y'all a video today or tomorrow, and I'm not sure how my schedule's gonna be tomorrow, so I figured I would just do it today. This is my bedroom. I'm not gonna show everything because, like, I didn't do my bed this morning yet. I'm gonna do that after I'm done because I forgot because I had some stuff going on this morning, but I'm good now. I'm Gucci. Yeah. So I'm gonna just get this in real quick because I'm supposed to be FaceTiming my bestie after this. So yeah, I'm gonna get this done. Then we gonna talk or whatever. Yeah. So what today's video is gonna be about is sorry, it's a little different up here because everybody is up here almost. What today's video is gonna be about is my first relationship. So, this is like, I'm gonna mention a small bit of homecoming because this is how it goes into the relationship. Was the girl, started a little bit. This was the girl that story time was about, that I ended up in a relationship with very, very quickly afterwards. So the dance was, November 2nd, I think. By November 4th, there was some sort of relationship going on. Yeah, because I had gotten her number before I left the place. I was kind of nervous to ask for it, but I was encouraged to do so, so I just went for it. And she gave it to me. And I was really excited, like, oh, I got this girl's number, I'm gonna hit her up. But of course, like, it took me hours to do that because I was so scared. Like, I didn't know, because I've, like, experienced certain things where I'm thinking it's gonna go somewhere, it's gonna last, and it just doesn't, because that's just not where the person's mindset was at, and I just went too far with my own thoughts, and I ended up getting disappointed. But that's not what happened this time. I didn't text her until maybe 5 o'clock, November 3rd. And I don't know, I think I might have just been like, hey, I'm a, I think I said I'm Alana from last night. Like, that's not the name that I use anymore, but at the time, that's the name I was still using. So I was like, I'm Alana from last night. And she was like, hey. And I was like, oh, like, what if she's like, why are you texting me? But it started off pretty well, and I was just saying, like, oh, I like, you dance well. And then she told me that I dance well, too. And I don't know what we talked about next. I think I asked her where she was from, and I want to say she said, man, I should have just said it because I knew. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Barbados. If that's wrong, I apologize, but I'm 95% sure she told me she was from Barbados. And she was showing me some like videos from when she was over there and stuff, which was cool. Like some sort of like maybe like a carnival thing or something. I'm not 100% sure. Some sort of festival, and it was really dope. And yeah, so we were just talking and flirting a little bit, low key. Then she asked me if I had Snapchat. And I was like, yeah, I got Snapchat. So I gave her my Snap. And this is when things started getting interesting. So she was like, what'd she say? She got my Snap, she snapped me. And she sent me one of them question games, you know, that like 40 some questions on it. So we were just taking turns. And then I don't know if she said this right away or after a few questions, but she didn't want to do none of the boring questions, you know. She wanted to do the more interesting, spicy, juiced up questions, you know what I'm talking about, you know. So we was doing questions like that, and that's when the flirting like really started. Like, what do you look for in a person, and have you, you know, done certain things, you know. I'm trying to not go like really hard with this stuff. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Like things like that. Like, have you lost your card? Stuff like that. I'm not gonna disclose my answers to those questions at this time. That could be in a future video. So yeah, we were just answering questions like that, and we were just like sending. Who in the world? People are always doing this while I am doing it. George, I will get back to you in a second. I'm gonna just try to finish record this. I might pause and just let you know that. So if you see this later on, I was doing a video. Um, yeah, so we were just flirting, sending pictures to each other, like cute selfies and stuff, and I was like saving all of them because I was like, oh my god, she is so cute. So yeah, and I was just like really excited, everything. And we talked until maybe 1 something in the morning, I want to say. Yeah, it was pretty late, and it was dope. And then in the morning, she texted me a picture of her outfit for the day, and I was like, okay, I see you, girl. So, um, I complimented her outfit, or whatever, and then I was like going to school, but this was going to be the first time I saw her in person since homecoming, so it was still a little bit awkward. And I saw her coming out of, because I figured, I asked her what her schedule was and stuff, and I was going to try to meet her up at certain places. And I saw her coming out of the class, and I was going to talk to her, but I got cold feet, and I think she was kind of nervous too, because I'm pretty sure she saw me. I don't know. I felt like she did, but she just kind of went the other way, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So, but we just kept texting, and then we had like this like little Google Doc thing that we would text on, because like certain classes you can't be using your phones and stuff, so if you on a doc, they assume you doing your work. So we would talk on the doc, and I was just really happy, just in a really good, like, joyful mood. And then I saw her. Did I see her after school? I'm pretty sure I saw her after school. And honestly, it's a bit of a blur now, but at some point I saw her when classes had ended, and I was texting like, "Yo, I'm right behind you," like a stalker. Yo, it was so creepy. And she was like, "Oh, really? That's cool." And I was like, "Yeah." And I just kept getting closer and closer till she had like no choice but to see that I was there. And we were just walking, and she was still acting kind of shy or whatever, and I was acting kind of shy too. And she had to go somewhere, so I went with her there in school, and then I had to take a test or something. So she walked with me there, and then she gave me a hug before she left, and I was like, yeah. You know, still kind of awkward about it, but I was excited. Then we was texting, and mind you, this was kind of the time I found out that she wasn't technically broken up yet with whoever she was dating. And I was like, whoa, hold up, we need to fix this, because I ain't about to be in no triangle craziness going on drama kind of thing. So she was just looking for the right time to end things with them. So I gave her some time to do that, because she was like, I want to be with you, you want to be with me, that's it, you know, that's on period. So I was like, okay. So I would say that's kind of when the official dating kind of started, but more so when she ended things with that person. And from my understanding, that went well. Now that I think about it, I don't know how well it really went. I mean, it was probably easier on her end, because it's not the same for the person ending the relationship versus the person getting broken up with. So I don't know what the reaction really was. You know, I'm just going off of what I was told, that it went well and it was smooth, and she said it was easier for her than she thought, and all that. And I was like, okay, cool, as long as there's nothing crazy going on with people's emotions and stuff. Like, I ain't trying to be a part of all that. So we started rocking, and I think around that time the marketing period was ending. So, because she would have been in my gym first marketing period, but she was in health, so that's why I didn't see her. Then second marketing period, she was back in gym, and I would go talk to her, and she was still kind of shy a little bit, but she was slowly starting to get more comfortable with me. Ooh, and the ding dongs. Yeah. She was slowly starting to get comfortable with me, and she used to just do little cute things here and there, like if we were like sitting really close together, she would put her hand like on my leg and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. And we would just be talking about whatever, and like one day, she just it was just kind of random. I still don't know how I feel about this, but I was just kind of like, whatever. She didn't go through like my whole phone, but she was on my phone and opening up apps and stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever. I have mixed feelings about that, because I've never had anyone just go through my, who wasn't like a person of authority going through my stuff. So I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. She didn't find nothing. Not that I had anything on my phone, but it was just weird. But I didn't have anything on my phone. It just felt weird, like someone just going through your phone that you just started getting to know. I never went through her phone. I don't really feel comfortable doing things like that. I feel like if I'm gonna trust you for real, I'm gonna really trust you. Like, to me, like, I totally respect couples that choose to have each other's passports and everything. If that's how you want to rock, that's totally cool. But for me, if I were doing that, I feel like I'm only doing that because I don't trust you. And I have a lot of trust issues, and that's some stuff that I need to deal with before I get with someone, because I don't want to be like that while I'm in a relationship. So there was that. I introduced her to my friends, because a lot of my friends were in gym, and we used to just hang out like one big group, and it was dope. You know, I had my friends, I had my girl, we were good, we was rocking. Then things started happening that slowly built up to why I eventually ended things with her. So the first thing that happened, hold up, I'm gonna respond to George real quick, then we continue this. The first thing that happened was we used to have this thing called aerobic walking in high school, and some days, well, that actually wasn't the main activity. It was like, I can't remember. It was called like toning, I think, and that was like one of the activities. So some days would be the walking, but some days would be raining, or we couldn't go up on the second level where the wrestling mats were because they was doing whatever. Excuse me. So we would just walk back and forth in the hallway. So like one of the days we was finna do this, she was in some type of mood. I didn't know why. I had no idea why. I could just tell she was really sad, and I was gonna try and be there for her. But she was like straight up ignoring me, just being real distant. I sat right next to her. She didn't even look me in the eye or anything. And she got up and just walked away really fast, so I wasn't even going to try to go after her because she was just doing whatever. But she kept talking to this dude. They weren't dating or anything. That's just like her best friend. And so she was ranting to him about whatever the problem was, I think. So we just kept, cause like it was a small hallway, so we just going around in circles, and I'm just like wondering what the fuck is going on. So, she kept doing this, and then out of one of the rounds of going around, she just randomly started talking to me, and she was like, "Yeah, I just need to rant to my best friend or whatever." And in my head, I'm like, "Why can't you rant to me? Like, I'm your girlfriend. Why the fuck? Like, you can't talk to me? Like, I know we just met, but at least tell me something's up, so I'm not coming into class like everyone else. Like, did y'all get into a fight or something? Like, it just looked really embarrassing to me because it's looking like I did something I didn't." So she would repeatedly do this, and she would come around and then leave, and then come around and then leave, and be all flirtatious, and then just leave again. And I was like, what the hell? So there was that happened at least twice. The second time it was worse because I think she left class and went to the bathroom. And my teacher was like, "Did y'all get into a fight?" Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's any of the teacher's business if we got into a fight or not. And the fact that I'm discussing this with the teacher instead of discussing that with you, lack of communication much. That was one thing that she lacked a lot of. She does not know how to communicate well when stuff is wrong. And if you're going to be in a relationship, that's something you have to do. Like, you just have to talk. Like, I need to know what's going on so that I know there's no issues, and I'm not walking around feeling like I'm not even part of your life. Like, being a girlfriend isn't a joke to me. So I take certain things real serious, and it's gonna really like piss me off if you're being distant. I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I was distant as well, but not really like in person. It was just like mentally. Because I was like, if she's not comfortable saying nothing to me, I'm not really comfortable saying nothing to her. And instead of just addressing the problem, I just kept rolling with it. So I'm at fault for that. So there was things like that, and then I would be like, "Yo, you good?" And she would text me later on like, "Oh yeah, I was just feeling depressed and stuff." Like, well, you couldn't tell me that? Like, lots of people deal with depression. It's okay to talk about it. Mental illness. What the hell? Did I just say mental illness? Mental illness is a real thing, and you can talk to me about whatever it is. I'm not going to judge you, especially as someone who deals with it myself. So I was like, oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the one doing something wrong or something. So she was like, okay. Um, so then, also, what would irritate the hell out of me was there was always other people around. Like I get it if you have a lot of friends, but like we gotta have our alone time. You feel me? Like there was always people around that she would be talking to, and I would just feel like I'm just standing there like wasting my time. Like one day we were supposed to go to the library. This is probably the first Friday after we started dating. We were supposed to go to the library. I had to wait on this girl for like an hour because she was too busy talking to whoever, singing in the auditorium or whatever, which I didn't really mind the singing so much because I thought it was cool. But it was just like I was on a very strict schedule at that time, and I have to be home by a certain time, and you're just taking time out of that time I'm dedicating to you before I have to go home. So I feel like that was a little like selfish. Then we would find she'd be like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna leave soon, okay?" And then it would still be even longer, and I'm like, so we finally left to go and walk to the library, and it was cool. We was like holding hands or whatever all the way there, and she was singing songs and stuff, and it was cool. I still felt kind of awkward though, cause I'm just not used to like as much as I wanted the alone time, I still wasn't quite used to it when I did get it. So my mind was just kind of all over the place with that. But I feel like I did try. Like I could have been like, no, I'm not trying to hold your hand or nothing. Like I could have been like, okay, we're gonna walk, complete silence, nobody say shh. But I didn't do none of that. I feel like I tried at certain times. I could have made more of an effort, but it's not something that's easy for me to do, which I'll explain later on. But yeah, so we got there. More people are there. She goes. She goes to use the bathroom, whatever. Then she's like, "You trying to go to Quick Check?" And I was like, "Bet." So we go into Quick Check. All of a sudden, this girl like wants to start jogging to Quick Check, and I was like, "What? Why do you want to jog to Quick Check in this freezing weather? Are you okay?" So, for some reason, I agreed. I didn't want it to make things weird, so I agreed to this jogging the rest of the way to Quick Check, and I looked crazy running down the sidewalk because I run very awkwardly. I am not an athlete in any way, shape, or form. So I'm running after this girl. I'm just looking real dumb, just running. And finally we get there, and she was like, "You have to keep going, then you'll get better at it." I'm in my head like, I ain't gonna get better at this. This is not what I do. She used to really make me try during gym class. I mean, it did help my grade in gym class, but I was not trying to run to no Quick Check. So we was in there. She got some food or whatever. I don't think I bought anything. I don't think I had money. Or maybe I left my money in my bag at the library. I don't remember. But I don't remember buying anything. She bought like some chicken, something, some drink, something. We walked back to the library, and my hands kept like touching her, kind of similar to the story I told when my coming out story. But I didn't grab nothing. I was too scared. Again, I will talk about that later on. I was too scared. I'm sure she's wondering like, why aren't you being the way you were at homecoming? Which I will also explain later, because I feel like that was a recurring theme in our relationship. Like she was probably expecting that same person, and that person never came out again. For the most part. So, we walked back. Then there was more people. I was happy she at least shared her food with me though, because I was a little hungry. So I had my little food or whatever, and then she wanted to watch. I don't know, if it was a Korean drama or anime or something like that. And this kid was there, so we were watching it with him, and there was all these little ass kids from like the middle school there, so it was kind of awkward because I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be hanging around these children. So they were there, and I had to leave, and then I gave her a hug, and shit, yeah. So there was that. I feel like I'm going, you know how my videos are. They don't just go. So throughout the relationship, I would try and text her, and sometimes she would be really dry. That's what I also started noticing. The first 3 days of us talking, 2-3 days were great, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy she's on a dry texter. She's so nice when she's texting and everything. Then it just got dry and distant real quick. and I almost felt like I was being a nuisance by trying to text her because she wouldn't freaking answer, or she just wouldn't be saying that much. And it just used to annoy the hell out of me. Like, how do you go from the way you were initially texting me and now you're not texting me? But I also understand how she could see it as, how do you go from being all affectionate and stuff to barely being able to be affectionate now? So I understand that. It was just a lot from both ends, and I will take full responsibility for my parts and everything. Because that was a learning experience for me, and I've learned a lot since then. Yeah. So, I would walk her to her English class every day because she had English, and I had lunch, and I had time. So I would take the time to walk her there. And we used to do this like hand thing where we were leaving each other, I don't know, like this, and like let go. Just like little things like that. And I remember I was like, I don't know how to make the first move to do anything. So I looked up one of these like stupid like love coupon things, and I made her one, but she never used it. But she went and told this kid that she was friends with, who had ended up coming up in a later conversation. I was like, how the hell did he know that? And I'm like, who else knows that I did that? And I was like, I was embarrassed because I'm like, you didn't even use it, but you can go around telling people. Like, what did you say? Did you think it was dumb? Did you not like it? Like, I don't understand. So, like, I don't know. And I used to have like little snacks and goodies, so I would give her cookies and stuff or whatever I had on me at the time. You know, just trying to be a nice, caring girlfriend in the best way I could, since the affection part was just not happening for me. Yeah, it was just awkward, like, just to take pictures and stuff. It just seemed really forced. And I didn't want to be in a relationship like that. So, fast forward to New York. We went on a trip to New York with some people from the French department and the Latin department or something to see the Phantom of the Opera, which is pretty dope. I wanted to sit with her on the bus, but she sat with her friends. And yeah, so I was in the same aisle or something, but not in the same seating. So that was kind of a bummer. I wanted to cuddle with her on the bus, especially on the way home, like I did with somebody else. I wanted to recreate that. So there was that, and she kind of really was kind of acting like I wasn't really there. Until we got into this one store, and she was like bigger than I was, so she would like awkwardly hug me, but like really tight, and I just felt like I was being like squished, and it just felt uncomfortable. And I like made a sound, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just tired." But in reality, I was like, "I'm so uncomfortable, but I don't want to tell you that right now because I feel like you're gonna get really pissed at me, and people are watching." People who didn't know we were dating, and they're like, "Oh, hugging. Okay, these people are an item. All right." Newsflash. So it was just, things like that. So I felt kind of weird about that, and she was like trying to hold my hand sometimes, but then she would act like I wasn't there again. Then she would just come back around. It was just on and off, but she would do this all the time, and it was like so freaking annoying. So I didn't sit with her in the thing, which wasn't anyone's fault. It's just the tickets we happened to get. So that was whatever. At least I got to sit with my friends, or at least close to them, or I might have had to move, actually. I don't know. I don't freaking remember what happened, because it was kind of confusing trying to figure out the seating over there in that place. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little out of it. I'm just trying to finish the story. Yeah, so there was that, and then we were texting each other on the way home and sending hearts and stuff, but then we get off the bus, and I don't know what the hell to do. Like, I see her, but it's just not like the energy that she would bring. It just made me feel like I couldn't just walk over and say something. So I just kind of left, and then she texted me bye or something. Like, bro, what the hell is this? Like, I think we took like one selfie in New York. We took one selfie. Awkward as hell. I sent it to her. All she said was cute. That's it. That's all she said. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, there was that. I think we FaceTimed maybe twice in total of our relationship. Once the Monday that we started dating, and then she randomly FaceTimed me during winter break. Apparently my friends did feel some type of way about her. one of my friends that I'm not friends with anymore, she felt that way from the jump, but I think she was just jealous that I was in a relationship. That's the vibe I got from her. Because I got to experience a lot of really cool things in my life, like music-wise and other things, and sometimes I felt like she wasn't being as supportive as I expected her to be as my best friend or as I would be for her. So that's what I thought that was just one of her episodes of being like, oh, da, da, da. But my other friends, when they started saying stuff towards the end, it made more sense. They were just being nice out of respect for my relationship, which I do appreciate. But at the same time, I kind of wish they had said something sooner. Then I wouldn't have. 2 months isn't that long, but that it felt long as hell. So, yeah. It just kind of went from one thing to another, and we were just kind of getting distant, and I feel like we low-key both knew that it wasn't going to work. But I kept pushing it because I wanted to have a girlfriend. But I wasn't trying to date just to date. I just wanted to make it work. I didn't want to be like a quitter or whatever. And I wanted to see if I gave it time, if maybe eventually I would feel comfortable with her, but I didn't. Like, it's just easier to be in a flirtatious mood at a party for me versus regular school because I've never really done much of that. And she was just trying to move way too fast for me. And she did not like how slow I was moving. That's just what it is. We had Thanksgiving break, barely heard from her. Felt like I was alone. Winter break was even worse because that was even longer. And she randomly hit me up one time. She was like, "Hey babe," and I was like, "Oh, hey baby." And we were talking, and she showed me her braids that she got done, which looked really nice. Just cool, whatever. And I remember asking her, like, because I was just thinking, I don't know why the hell I thought we were gonna make it to prom, but I was like, would your parents let me take you to prom if I asked you? And she was like, no, we follow some type of religion or whatever that we can't, we don't do prom or whatever, so I wouldn't even be able to go to my own prom. And then I responded like, oh man, that sucks, and I was really bummed out. But at the same time, I'm sitting there like, and everyone I told this to was like, so how would she get to homecoming though? That don't make no sense. There ain't that much difference between homecoming and prom. Homecoming, everyone in the school could go. There's homecoming, king and queen, just like the prom, king and queen. You dress up, you do all that's the same shit. So what are you talking about? So later, I just kind of felt like she was lying to me. Like she just was like, oh, we're not gonna last, so she didn't want to go with me. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like I know she has some religion thing going on, but that part didn't make no sense to me. She never gave me no type of name for this thing. She was like, no, she didn't ever said I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, none of that. So when you start putting things together, you start realizing people just playing with your ass. You just fell for the shit, which was me. I kind of was like, but I let it go. I didn't do shit about it. Never do that. Relationship 101. So it was that. I remember that was the first time I got like my hair, like I had like a mohawk type of thing, like a lot of hair up here, like high top shit, and it was shaved on the sides. It wasn't all low like this now. And she was in love with that day when I came in. She was all over me. And I had like Beyonce on my sweatshirt to top it off, and I know she really likes Beyonce. So it was all like lovey-dovey type of stuff, but I still just felt awkward. And she used to like try to do little flirtatious things, like right on my ear and stuff, like right up in class. Like there's a time and place for everything, yo. Like I felt uncomfortable with that. She's like, you're not even reacting, and I was like, the fuck, we're in class. So why am I gonna? What do you want me to do? And she would just do things like that. It was just the wrong timing. Like the party, the dance was appropriate for that, but not in the middle of gym when there's a bunch of people behind us. I don't want people seeing me do that in public. That's a private thing. Like the timing was horrible. I remember one time she like grabbed my ass in the locker room, and I don't feel comfortable with that because maybe there are some masculine girls that don't mind that. Maybe there are some men who don't mind that. But me, do not fucking touch my... No. Don't do that. No. I didn't like that at all. I was like, why? And it's not even like a quick... It's like, and I didn't like that at all. And I was just kind of like, okay, I noticed people behind us. This is even more weird. And everyone could see how comfortable I was. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I remember one time she was in front of me. She's like, my ass looks good, right? And I was like, yep. Not that it didn't. It just threw me off guard. Like, I'm not used to doing things like that or answering questions like that out loud in public, you know? I'm not used to that. Like, there are different forms of PDA. That's not PDA to me. I'm good. Don't ask me that in front of people. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. I just have to keep saying that. There's a time and a place for everything. And this girl did not understand that. Like, me react the same way, you should already know. Okay, I shouldn't try to do that again. But no, you just keep going. She was like going like this in the relationship, and I'm going like this. And eventually we crashed. Like, I didn't think we kissed until right before Christmas break. The first time she was going to do it, it threw me off, so I kind of went like this. I wasn't trying to dodge her, but that's just how my that's just how my head went. It just went in this direction. So, sorry, there's someone going down the stairs. I'm sure you heard something. Okay, so this is gonna be a long as hell video, but it's tea, and I know y'all love tea, so please watch. So, and the second time she tried, she caught me. It was so quick. She just caught my face somehow, and it was like, choo! And it just kind of threw me off again. I was like, oh shit, you know, I was kind of like, whoa. She kept saying bye to me, but I didn't say nothing because I was just like, oh, she just kissed me. And that's when my head was at. I was like, oh. I was just walking away kind of dumbfounded. Like, looking like a dummy, like ain't no one ever kissed me before. So there was that. There was one time in the locker room that she kissed me on the cheek, and then I went for that was the one time I went for it, you know. I was like, shit, look at me doing my thing. I felt proud of myself. Like, yes, I did something. Yeah. So, yeah, she used to try to run, like, we would be running in gym class, and she would be, like, trying to hold my hand while running, and I, you know, because I'm small. Anything you do with me, it looks weird. So, especially like that, and like a bigger girl, and I was like, ooh. Yo, one time she tried to tell me, like, okay, this is kind of like TMI, but I'm gonna just share anyway, because what the fuck. So you know, some girls, we realize that we have to get some new bras, and that's the point I was at my life, but I hadn't gotten a chance to do that yet. But of course, homegirl gonna call it out, be like, yo, this area ain't looking right, we gotta help you. So she tried to give me a new bra. It wasn't even new. The shit was like broken. Like the cup part, the fabric was coming off, and I was like, "What is this?" And yeah, so I tried it anyway, but no, I never wore that shit again. I'm probably gonna throw that shit out, cause yeah, no. Then she tried to fix the one I had on at the time, right in the middle of gym class. Again, timing was just off. And it's like, I feel like my mother was like changing my, and I was like, what the fuck? So it was that, and it just made me really uncomfortable. All these things throughout the relationship, just lacking being there, off timing, me never feeling comfortable to be affectionate with her. It just didn't feel the same as homecoming. So I kind of do wish I had just been like a one night thing, because I wasted my time. Yeah, so I don't even know. I hope this is interesting to y'all. I'm just naming everything I could remember that happened. That's a good one. So we was going to the mall. She was going with her best friend. Her best friend is like mad. I'm just gonna be honest. I won't say clingy, but she doesn't like if other people hang out with them. She just wants it to be them. So she wanted me to come to the mall, act like I just happened to see her, and be like, oh hey, you want me to go into every freaking store and do that shit? That's such a nuisance. And like I could just see the best friend was like, who the fuck is that? But she was trying to be all nice, like, oh hi, whatever, and I was like, the fuck? I should be here with my girl. What the fuck are you doing? Y'all can go to the mall on a different day. This is supposed to be a date, and you fucked it up. So, yeah. So that was awkward. I'm going around the mall by myself half the time. I went and ate by myself. Then I said, you know what, I'm out of here. You can't even give me enough time to be with me because of your best friend. I can't understand that if she even knew we were in a relationship at the time, she can't even understand that you need to have quality time with other people besides her. Like, she's not even your girl. The fuck? How are you putting her a priority before me? Or at least give me some priority too. So I was just kind of like, okay, I'm out this bitch. Then she gonna come and hug me. I'm like, oh, bye. And I was like trying to, like, I was just like pissed as hell. Like, whatever, okay, bye. So there was that instance. And I was gonna go to the mall for again in winter break, but that never happened. I suggested it, but nah. And like the one time she FaceTimed me, she was just rambling. Well, the second time she FaceTimed me, she was just rambling about whatever, cleaning her bathroom, talking to me with her dog, Coconut. Coconut was a cute dog. And it's a cute name for a dog. So she used to have the dog on the camera and stuff and play with the dog. And she used to ask me songs that I want to listen to. And I think I asked her to play Dilemma, which took me a while to listen to after we broke up. A lot of songs that I listened to, I could not listen to because I was so fucking sad. Bullshit. Yeah. So there was that. And, yeah. So there was that FaceTime. She was just rambling. I had just finished my audition video for college. I was like, okay, who the fuck? Oh, she wants to talk to me now? Okay, cool. So there was that shit. That was December. I didn't see her New Year's either, which would have been nice, but she was only 16 at the time, so that wasn't gonna happen. And I don't know. I don't think her parents are supportive of any like non-straight people. So yeah, that wouldn't have worked out. I mean, maybe she could have just been like, I'm going to a friend's house, but I'm pretty sure her parents were somewhere along how my parents were when I was 16, having to get to know people and all that. Like, you can't just hang out with them just because, you know, they gotta get to know them and the parents and all that shit. So that was that. That was the end of December, right? We only lasted 14 days into the new year, into 2020. So shit was going down, you know. I was getting fed up with her bullshit, but I wasn't saying nothing. Again, I now feel like I will be more comfortable communicating in the future with other people because I sucked ass at it, and I see how much it negatively impacted me in this past relationship. So I will always be honest, even if it's awkward, and if they can't handle that shit, then they're just someone I shouldn't be with. Period. So, I was trying to talk to my friends like, yo, I think I'm gonna break up with her, and because I'm not feeling it, she's just pissing me the fuck off, and it's like we're not even in a relationship. It's what it felt like a lot of the times, like, cause she would try to get away from me, and still be in the fucking school. Like, why don't you want to be with me? You know what I'm saying? I would stay after just for her and wait for the bus for like an hour just for her. I dedicated so much of my fucking time to this girl. I dedicated so much of my time, and she just fucking wasted it. So I'm getting close to the day that shit went down. I was like, you don't think I'll break it up with her? Everyone encouraged me to do so because they saw how unhappy that I was. And like, you don't deserve this shit. You deserve better. I was like, you damn right I do. You damn right I do. So I was planning how I was gonna do it. And I think the day before, she tried to kiss me. And I was about to go in for it in front of all these people, but then I just went like this at the end. And it looked hella fucked up, but I wasn't trying to do it on purpose. I just got scared. Sorry, the phone is ringing. So everyone was like, oh shit, that was awkward as hell. She was so mad at me, she left. And I was like, I don't even give a fuck at this point. So the next day comes, and I was like, after school, I gotta talk to you about something. And she was like, okay. I don't know if she asked me what. I don't think she asked me what, but she said, okay. So then I see her at her locker, and I'm with one of my friends at the time. And she's like, so you wanted to talk to me about something? And I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out. And her face was like, the fuck? And I was like, my face was like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, okay, if that's how you really feel, then that's fine. We could still be friends or whatever. It's totally okay. I understand. Blah, 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 blah. Trying to be all calm and shit. The fuck? She was fucking lying. She cared. She was fucking mad as hell. But she was trying to hide it and be like, oh my god, I don't want to be like that bitch that overreacts. But I totally was. I have to finish this shit. My phone's about to die soon. So, there was that shit. And I was like, okay, that was easier than I thought. She was trying to hug me, but I didn't want to hug her again. So we did this awkward ass handshake. My god. So many awkward moments in the relationship. We did this awkward ass handshake. I walk away. Like, okay, it's done with. 5 minutes later, she had these two friends. God. They were okay at first. The other one I didn't like too much. The one that ended up confronting me, I didn't really like her. Because she acted some kind of way. She was jealous of our relationship. Because she was mad that she was always dating somebody and she didn't have the same luck with people. So she was mad about that shit. So, I didn't really like her. I was just being nice to respecting my girlfriend's friends. But I honestly did not care for her. So, she comes and finds me in the math hallway. I'm circling behind my best friend at the time. And she's chasing me and shit. Like, no, you can't do this shit. What the fuck? You can't do this. You have to get back with her. And I was like, what the hell? Why? First of all, why are you chasing me? Like you about to fight me or some shit? Like, I'm not about to be throwing hands with you in the hallway. I am this close to graduating. I am not getting suspended for beating a bitch up. Because I was this close to doing it. So, I'm like, what the fuck? I was just like trying to get away from her because I'm like, if you put your hands on me, it is over. So I was trying to avoid that happening. So we end up going back to chase this girl. I almost said her name. Oh my god. We ended up going back to chase my now ex. And I was like, okay, maybe I didn't think this through. But I just went with her anyway. We're looking crazy, like a fucking soap opera, running down the hallway. Chasing after her, she sees me, she turns around and just keeps walking. She was so disgusted to see me. I was like, ouch, that fucking hurt. So, because apparently she had been crying and that's why her friend came after me. And I didn't fucking know that because she handled it so well. Right. So, I was talking like maybe I don't know, jumped to conclusions or maybe I made a mistake or I forgot what I said, but she was like, yeah, I think you did. And she just had like an attitude. And then she was like, you know what, I'm going home. And she left. And her friend was trying to be like Dr. Phil. She might have even said that, actually. She was trying to make Dr. Phil, whatever. And I remember we were running towards her. Her other friend was like, you better run. And I was like, fuck, okay. I don't want to because I'm lazy. I don't want to run after her because I don't want her back. You know, that's how I felt at that time. But I was also confused. I didn't know what the hell I wanted. So I texted her later like, look, I didn't mean for things to go that way. I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. She didn't answer. She was reading the messages, but she didn't answer. Then she sent me this long-ass text, like one something, like, okay, I thought about it. Basically saying she doesn't think we should be together. She was saying, like, I don't want to be in a relationship just to date. Oh, no, that happened later on. But she did say that. She thought I was, basically saying I'm in a relationship just to date. It would be fake. It wouldn't be real, blah, 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 blah. But if we had gotten back together, I would have been tried to work on it, but it probably wouldn't have worked anyway because we're just incompatible. So she sent me this long ass breakup text like 1 in the morning. I'm over here crying my ass off. It was so bad because I was so sad and I was miserable the next day. I was crying in the morning on the way to school. My friends did make me feel better though, which I really appreciated because if you need to have friends before you need to have a relationship, so because your friends will always be there. People will come and go, but your real friends will be there for you no matter what. So my homegirls was there, my best friend was there. It was just really nice to have people to fall back on when things got rough. So I do appreciate y'all that were there for me at that time because that was some bullshit I was going through. Yeah, she was really awkward whenever I would see her after that, and it took me a long time, and I tried to get back with her like twice, but she was just not budging. She didn't want me back, period. And I just had to accept that, and I think I finally I feel like over the summer I asked her, like, would there ever be a chance with us, and she was like, no, I think we're better off as friends. Which is funny, because we don't even act like friends now. I mean, I'll be nice every now and then, but she be dry as hell, and I be feeling like she's just talking to be nice, and she doesn't really want to talk to me. So I wished her a happy birthday. That's the last time I think I will talk to her ever. If she ever hits me up, then she'll hit me up, but I will not be reaching out. I wanted things to be nice between us, and I wouldn't say they're horrible at all. It's just there's nothing there. So that's just what it is. But there was just so much drama with her friends after we broke up that pissed me the fuck off. Like, I just don't understand what they needed to be involved for. Like, my friends was not over here trying to track her down and do shit. They wasn't doing shit. They let it be. So that was that. That's how my first relationship went. And it honestly wasn't that good of a relationship. It started off real nice, and then it just went to shit. I don't know if she dated anyone since then, but if she has, or if she is dating someone, I hope that she learns how to communicate better. Because I think that's her biggest issue. And also having patience, because not everyone is just ready to jump into things like she is. Because I've had some traumatic experiences when I was younger that make it hard for me to be affectionate towards people now. And I tried explaining that to her after she sent her little breakup text, where she blocked me on everything. And that pissed me off because I feel like you don't even care. Like, you don't even understand what it really feels like to be going through certain things and having to deal with people after the fact. Like, you weren't understanding at all in any type of way, which really made me sad. Because she made me feel like a horrible person. Like, I know I'm not a bad person. I tried to be there. But I just need more healing. But she didn't give a fuck. She didn't care. So that's on her. But yeah, I need more time to heal and become myself and be more comfortable. Then I will feel like being affectionate. I want to. It's just hard because people messed that experience up for me very early in my life. It made it hard for me to want to get close to people, which is, I shouldn't have been in a relationship to begin with at that time. But I tried it. I wanted it to work. When you go through certain things, it really fucks up with your head. And if you don't get healing for that, it messes up everything and affects your relationships and all of that. So that's just a message to y'all. If y'all have dealt with certain things, I'm sure you have an idea of what I'm talking about, a few ideas. Make sure you are healed before you venture out into relationships with dealing with other people, because it will affect everything and it will mess it all up. Just like it helped mess this thing up. And if you do venture out and you're not healed, I pray that the person you are with will be understanding and actually care and try to help you and be there for you. Because if you're going to be in a relationship, then at least they should be there for you. And that's the lesson that I learned. I learned a few things. Not to jump in so quickly, but just she wasn't the right person for me. And that empathy and stuff like that, she just lacked all those sort of things and being sensitive towards me and things. She just didn't care. It was, all about her. So, yeah, that's my story. It's probably long as hell, but if you watch it, thank you. I don't know what the next video will be yet. I have to figure that out. But I'm gonna let y'all know soon on my social medias. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at ekko.szn, or my second Instagram _Lil Study. You could add me on Snap at Alana ALANAESI. Y'all could email me. I don't remember which email I put, but it's in my YouTube thing, the description of this channel. I'm sorry, I'm off of it right now. But yeah, that's how my first relationship went. I was just ranting because, I do that from time to time just to get it off my chest. But I'm just praying for a girl that will be understanding, that will communicate with me, that everything will be nice, and she'll allow me to take my time, and it'll be real love this time. And I won't settle for it less, because I deserve better. Yeah. So thank y'all for watching. Gang, you already know what it is. Aid and justice in the house, you know what I'm saying? That's how corny as hell, but whatever. And I'll see you on the next video.